to learn how to control your humidity and heat. So what you need to do to either increase your humidity or decrease your humidity, as well as controlling heat, as we do know that the eyelash extension adhesive and your client's retention is relying on your environment, and it is going to be affected by your humidity and your heat. Remembering that we need to lash between 19 to 23 degrees and our humidity at roughly 55%. This is your ideal temperature and humidity that we like to work at, but remember that every adhesive is different, so ensure that you do look at what your supplier's recommendations are for that adhesive, because you need to work to that. There is low humidity adhesives and high humidity adhesives, so ensure that you always check before you start lashing the client what you need to be lashing at.
So now we know a lot about the science behind the adhesive, and we know that it's temperature dependent and humidity dependent. So I've done a little setup here for you guys to see what we use in the salon. Okay, so first off is our hygrometer. This is what we use to obviously read our humidity and our temperature. So right now our temperature is perfect, but our humidity is ridiculously high. So what we need to do to get our humidity down is using a dehumidifier. You can actually see when I move that back there that there is already water inside that. So humidity, how do we get high humidity, is obviously when there's rain in the air. That is humidity. Water is humidity. So on rainy days they are going to go up really high, and what happens is your glue is going to start setting with that high humidity. So we want to bring that down, because otherwise you're just going to have retention issues. You can still somewhat lash, but you're going to need a really slow setting glue or adhesive, because obviously the humidity is starting to set that glue as soon as it comes out. So instead of it being a 3 to 4 second glue, it's now 1 to 2 second glue, which is why we have diamond, because that works in the higher humidity. So this is what we use in our salon. Depending on the size of your salon, you are going to use multiple of these to start extracting the humidity out of the air. You will need to put this on minimum an hour before you start, and like I said, have multiple. So you can get these on eBay. This is where I've got mine from, and this is a 500 mils. There is 1 kilo versions of these. So 1 litre, sorry, not kilo, 1 litre versions of these, and we have to have more in our salon because we have 3 lash beds. Now another thing to get your humidity down is, you're probably wondering why we have a remote here. So the reason why we have the remote here is because what we can do is we can turn our remote on, and most remotes have the mode section. So when I need to get my humidity down, I go and turn my aircon on 18 or 19. So what I do when I'm trying to get my humidity down is I flick mine over onto dry. See up the top it's got mode. Don't know if you can see it there, but I flick it onto dry. So what happens is, because it's dry, it starts dropping your humidity. So last night, even when we were lashing, we were at really high humidity, weren't we, Renee? Like 80. We put our air conditioner on for 15 minutes and we've dropped all the way down to 64. So this is really good. You must have an aircon in your salon to get your humidity down. Also in winter, when it is freezing cold and you need to put your temperature up, it is going to drop your humidity as well. So sometimes in winter you are struggling with low humidity. So when you're struggling with low humidity, we have this beautiful diffuser over here. So every day I put my diffuser on, because I can control my humidity and temperature in my salon. So I come and put this in, and I put some nice essential oils in it, and what this does is it puts nice water into the air, so your humidity is rising. I didn't bring my kettle down for this, but you can also put a kettle on in your salon and keep boiling it to start bringing your humidity up. Another device that you can use that is obviously going to be a lot easier is a nano mister. So if your humidity is really low, you want to use a nano mister, and what happens is you can use this every 20 minutes or so. So hopefully if it works. We were having troubles, so I did charge it, but you can see that the lights come on there, and then what happens is if you press it, no. So what actually happens, ours is being a little bit silly today, it pumps out a spray of mist of water. So again, we know that the humidity is water. So, oh, you might have just seen it then, but it's not working. So this lets out a spray of water, and you use your, say your client's eyelashes are here, you use your nano mister and you spray about 20 to 30 centimeters away, just for say 10 seconds, and that fine mist will go around the eyelash extension adhesive and around the eyelashes and start setting your glue. So this is if you're having stickies and they're all flying off and they're not setting, use your nano mister and use it roughly every 15 to 20 minutes to set that glue. Also, another thing that you can do is if you don't have a nano mister and your humidity drops really fast, what you can do, I just use the saline solution here, or you can just use tap water, is on the iPad ever so gently, just place a little dollop like this of water. Don't know if you can see it in my hands there. A little bit of water on the iPad, not so that it runs in their eye, so maneuver their eye to one side. And you put that on their iPad, so that way it starts drawing moisture out. Okay, so this is if your humidity is low, you're going to use water, your nano mister, or your diffuser. And then if you want to get your humidity down, you're going to use your dehumidifier and your aircon remote. Also, other little things that if you will start noticing if your salon is a low or high humidity room, you will start, if you want to get your humidity up, start putting like pot plants in there with little balls of water. And I hope this video helps you and you have a better understanding of how to increase and decrease your humidity.